Hi everyone, and welcome to the last and final day of your challenge, the 21-day Pilates challenge. I'm so happy you made it till far. If it was a little bit challenging, well, this is normal because it's hard to incorporate something new into your life. Just committing to doing that every day is a big success. So you can really give yourself a big tap on the shoulder. So this class is our final one, and it's going to be a little bit more challenging than the other ones. We're going to do a full set of an hour, 50 minutes to an hour. So just take a deep breath. Make sure you have a comfortable space. Get your mat ready, maybe just a blanket or a little towel on your rug or something softer. Have a glass of water next to you, and most important, make sure that no one speaks to you or wants your attention for the next hour. Yes, you have this time for yourself to focus on your body. All right, beautiful. We're gonna start lying down on our mat. Feet are hip distance apart. We're gonna tuck the tail and then release back to neutral. Two more. If you need a break, guys, in between, always listen to your body. Yeah, just go for it if you need. We're gonna roll all the way up into our first pelvic curl of the day. Bridge position, take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, release down. Thinking about this one as a massage for the back. Yeah, so slow on the way up, and even slower on the way down. When gravity wants to pull you down, you resist. Slowly down, vertebra by vertebra. Knees are still in parallel, feet are pressing against the ground. You're gonna take 5 more. Deep inhale at the top, squeeze the bum, work the back of the thighs. On the exhale, we melt down. Find your flow here. It doesn't have to be fast. I just want you to get into a rhythm that you're synchronizing that movement with the breath. Remember that if you mix up the breathing pattern, that's okay. Just keep breathing. Yeah, the breathing is a tool that helps us facilitate the movement. So it's something that helps us. You can also use it as a challenge, but with this one, we want to help the body. So it really helps to take all the air out on the way down and on the way up. We have 2 more here. Really feel the back muscles of the body engaging, back of the thigh, the glutes. Nice. Going into our last one, we're going to stay up there. Try to create one long line from your knees to your hip bones to your chest. Squeeze the bum even more. Bring your pubic bone towards the nose. So the glutes are really working here. From here, we're going to squeeze up. Try to bring the front of our hips to the ceiling even more. Squeeze and lift. Excellent, guys. Squeeze and lift. Really feel those glutes. Hamstrings should be on fire. Beautiful. Stay up there. Lift the right leg into a tabletop. Lengthen the right leg up. Point your toes. Make them super long. Then lower the leg to hip height. Lift it back up. Try to find that lateral stability from the hips. So you're not sinking to your left hip. Both hips are at the same level. Lift and lower. Excellent. If it gets too much, static. The leg just stays up there. 5 and 4. Make sure you're not sinking down. Squeeze that left bum cheek. The supporting leg is working really hard. Last one. We're going to change legs. Bring the right leg down. Square your hips even more. Then float the left leg up. Lengthen it. Start lowering down. Lift up. Beautiful. So the right leg is working really hard here, but we want to keep the left leg active. Try to really poke the ceiling. You're lengthening that left leg all the way up to the ceiling. Beautiful. Try to keep the stability from the hip. This is what it's all about. 3, 2, last one. Place the left leg down. Take an inhale. Beautiful. We're going to take the hands over the head. Deep inhale, and with the exhale again, hug the ribs in, lower down with control. And when your tailbone touches the mat, bring the hands forward, release, tuck the tail, and then arch the back. We're just tilting the pelvis here. Beautiful. Now that the spine is all soft, we're ready for our abdominal work. We're gonna circle the hands, bring them over the head, give your head a nice support here. And on the exhale, you're gonna come up. Basic chest lift, six more. Beautiful. Try to keep the lower back in neutral as you go up. We're working the front. You want to make the front shorter. Slide your ribs towards your hips. Beautiful. Find that tempo. Stay up there. Reach the hands forward. Little pulses over the knees. Pulling the belly button in, starting to engage those deep abdominals. 6 and 5, 4, 3. Keep the chest open. Last one. We're going to release all the way down. Take a breath. Beautiful. Holding the right knee, lifting up into our single leg stretch. Reach the left leg forward. Lift yourself a little bit higher. Aim to bring the chest closer to the knee rather than knee closer to the chest. So we pull ourselves up. Then change on the inhale. Excellent, guys. To make it a little bit more challenging, we're going to start hovering the hands above the mat. Reach and reach. Make sure you're not collapsing down. If you do need the help of your hands on your knees, go for it. Beautiful. The lower the legs are, the more challenging it is. Yeah, just make sure you don't overfill your lower back. 6 and 5. Keep zipping the tummy. Think about reaching the legs really, really long. Last one. And hug both knees in. Release down for a stretch. I hope you already feel that burn of the abdominals. This is what we want. We're going to lift up into a double leg stretch. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Reach both legs long. V position. Hands are leveled with ears. Take a big circle. Grab your knees again. 6 more. Inhale. Stay there for a few seconds. Then take the circle. Beautiful, guys. 4 more. Try to stay up there. Don't collapse. Work those abdominals. We're building some heat. Last one. Stay there. 5 and 4, 3, 2 and 1. Circle. Release down. Excellent. Good. All right. Shake the legs a little bit. We're going to bring our legs up into a tabletop position. Yes, squeeze the inner thighs together. Knees are directly above the hips. Let your hip bone, the femur, just sink down in the joint. Yeah, they're sitting nicely in there. All right, we're going to circle the hands again. Give your head a support. Lifting up. We're going into our hula, into our oblique work. With the exhale, opposite rib to knee. Then come back to center. Opposite rib to knee. Back to center. 5 more. If you need a bit more support, just bring the legs down. Yeah, if it gets too much. Keep the chest open and breathe. Excellent. 1 more to each side. Beautiful. Bring the head down, bring one leg down, other leg down. We're just gonna have a stretch here. Take a little rest before we go into our hundreds. Yeah, just give the tummy some love. Deep inhale. And a long cleansing exhale. All right, getting ready. Legs are coming up into a tabletop position. Squeeze the inner thighs, work those adductors. We're gonna lift up into our start position. Hands are hovering above the mat. Good, beautiful. Really sink the lower back into the mat. So you wanna really press the lower back into the mat. And from here, take a deep inhale, pumping the hands. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1, and inhale. Confuse the breathing patterns myself, that's okay. Just keep breathing, keep pumping the hands. Inhale. And exhale. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, you lengthen the legs up to the ceiling. Beautiful. We want a lot of energy with those arms. We really want to challenge this part of the belt, yeah, our deep abdominal muscles. If you want to make it a bit more challenging, if it's not challenging enough, heels together, toes apart, external rotation, lower the legs a little bit. And then it's a lot of load on the tummy. Keep going.
Make sure you're not sinking down. Lift a little bit more. Last round, inhale. And hug the knees in. The 100 always gets me. Yeah, it's quite challenging. Let's lengthen the legs again. One deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. Good, a bit of leg work. Hands will be wider than the mat. Roll the shoulders, open the chest. Press your left leg up, right leg comes up to the ceiling. Starting with our single leg circle. Take the right leg across the left. Excellent. Now we want to keep the pelvis stable. Keep it heavy on the mat. We're only moving that hip. Back of the head is pressing against the mat. The palms are helping you here. If you want an extra challenge for your stability, start taking those circles a bit bigger. Yeah, see if you can keep your pelvis stable on the mat. You can also play with the tempo. So take a fast one and try to grab the leg again. Catch it before it falls. Let's reverse it. Open, start with small circles. Only if you get that stability, if you find that control, start taking bigger circles, play with your range of movement, and maybe even play with the tempo. 3, and 2, and 1. Keep the leg up there, flex and point. You don't have to bring the leg all the way up to the ceiling to 90 degrees. It can be 45 degrees in front of you. Excellent. Keep the foot flexed, lower the leg down a little bit. Doesn't touch the floor, hovers. Then point the leg, bring it back up. Flex and lower, point and lift. Good, the leg should be very heavy by now. 4 more. One more. We're going to keep the leg up there, little tiny circles. Try to keep the stability from the hips. 5, 4, you know we're going to reverse it. 2, and 1. Leg is super heavy. Find your stability. Keep zipping the tummy in. 3, 2, and 1. Bend the leg, slide it down, give it a shake. Feel the energy of the right leg. It was working really hard. Feel the length we created in the joint. Use it to keep pressing down the mat. We're going to float the left leg up, starting with our single leg circle. Cross the right. Excellent. Think about lengthening behind the knee. The leg is super long and active. Now we can start playing with the range of movement. If you did on the other side, we already know we're not completely symmetric on both sides, so we are going to feel different. And just work with whatever this hip allows you. I know my right hip is a lot more open than the left, and that's fine. I'm still trying to challenge my left hip to open a little bit more. Let's reverse it. Open the leg to the other side. Playing a bit with tempo, taking a fast one. 3. Last one, leg stays in 45 degrees. We're going to flex and point. Just play a bit with that ankle. Give it some love. And then stay with a flexed foot. We're going to lower down, point, lift up. Flex and lower, point and lift. 3. And keep the leg there, tiny circles, point the leg. Try to poke the ceiling or the wall in front of you. Really lengthen that leg. 3, 2, reversing, other direction. 3, 2, and 1. Bend the leg, I got some shaking going on. Lengthen the leg, give it a bit of a shake, a rest. All right, beautiful. Continuing with our leg work. Yeah, bend both legs. Yep, reset here if you need. We're gonna bring one leg up, then bring the other leg up. Now find your tailbone and make sure it's anchored down on the mat. Make sure you're not peeling the tailbone off the mat. Heels together, toes apart. Really want to squeeze the inner thighs together. Yeah, get that external rotation. Beautiful. Lower both legs down. Create that little diamond, yeah, or frog. Knees are coming wide. Stretch and lift the leg back up. So we have a little combo here. We lower, bend heels to bottom, stretch, lift back up. Lower, bend, stretch, and lift. Lower, bend, stretch, and lift. Try to really connect your inner thighs together as much as you can. Now we only lower to a point if we're still connected with our abdominals. If they're bulging out, that means we're working into our lower back and our abdominals are not switched on. So just be mindful there. You want to wrap everything to the center. Four more. Last one, here we go. Beautiful, keep the knees really open, lower the legs down if you can. Just opening here, little butterfly stretch, rocking from side to side. Good, beautiful. We're holding behind our hips and we're rocking all the way up into a seated position. Excellent, send your legs long. Really keep your inner thighs together. Yeah, ankles are together. Foot are flexed up to the ceiling. Our feet are flexed up to the ceiling. Reach the hands forward. We're going to go into a roll back. Tuck the tail. Try to place the lower back down using that articulation and zipping the tummy. All the way down. Stretch. Trying to come all the way up as smoothly as we can. Chin to chest. The slower, the more challenging it is. We're going to stretch up and over our ribs. And then exhale, lower yourself down. Try to keep the legs down on the mat. This is the challenge. Yeah, we have that point when we're collapsing down. Try to resist that fall. Guys, if it's too much, yeah, to come all the way down, just go halfway. Halfway is a lot of work. We still get that abdominal control. If you're with me, we're going to the full one for 3 more. Stay round through your spine, stretch up and over. Work with the breath, exhale all the way up. Exhale all the way down. Open the mouth, vocalize your breath. Last one, coming up. Open your feet a little bit. We're going to go straight into our spine stretch. So round forward. Spine is still round. We're going to stay forward, but lengthen the spine. Make the spine really, really long. Get that length from the lower back. Stay there for a breath. Beautiful. Then round back. And lengthen the spine. Sit a little bit taller than before. 4 more. Rounding forward. Lengthening the spine like someone who's pulling you forward and up. Get that length from the arms. And then exhale, round back and sit tall. Find your flow here, rounding forward like someone gave you a punch in the stomach. You're going to pull the belly button in. Then find space between your vertebrae. Really lengthen the hands. Find that side length to the side body. Then round back and sit tall. Keep your feet flexed if you can. We're going into our last one. Stay there in that long position for an extra few seconds. Find that length through the spine. Try to level the arms with your ears. And then round back and sit tall. Beautiful. We're going to open our hands into a white sphinx position. Reach the hands up. Beautiful. And then open. Deep rotation. Coming all the way up. Other side. Trying to stay tall with the spine. Try to keep the chest directly above the pelvis. Make sure you're not leaning back. We want to sit tall on our sitting bones. Good. We're going to take 2 more to each side. Try to connect the inner thighs. Make sure you're not sliding the feet. Yeah, the feet want to stay in the exact same position. Finishing here, we're going to add a little rotation, a little roll back. So we rotate, we roll back a little bit, feel those diagonal muscles engaging, then lift all the way back up. Then we rotate, rolling back, lifting up. 4 more like this. Find that length each time you come back to center. Reach the hands up. Try to keep the heels glued to the mat. 1 more, guys. Beautiful. Good. Bring the hands down. Just release the shoulders a little bit. We're going to bend our knees. Feet are flat on the mat. Really spread them apart. We're going to roll all the way down till we can place one forearm down, other forearm down. Take a step towards your bottom. Let's just find our position here. So we want to find length through the side of the body. Make sure we're not collapsing down. Roll the shoulders back and down. Keep a gap between the shoulder and the ear. We're going to bring one leg up to tabletop. Zip the tummy. Bring other leg up to tabletop. Good. We're going to start with our bicycle here. So just imagine like you're cycling here in space. You have your beautiful bicycle. You're going for a little trip. Yeah, you want to reach them quite fast, so you work with a lot of control. And you want to feel like you're moving against something. Find that resistance with the air. We're not just pushing our legs. Yeah, we want to stay mindful here. Legs are really, really strong. So bring a lot of life to those legs and make sure you are lengthening before you bend it back again. Get that reach. Good. Check in with your shoulders. Make sure you're not bending down. Chest is open. Now imagine like you're drilling in mud. You're drilling in really thick ground. Keep the legs really active. Reversing it. It's a bit of a brain exercise. Quite tricky here. Working on our coordination. 3 and 2 and 1. Beautiful. Bring both legs back into a tabletop position. You're going to send both legs long. Lower them. Little circle to the right and back to center. Yes, semicircle to the right. Half a circle. Back to center. 4 more. Take it nice and control. Chest is still open. Keep it nice and proud. 2 more. Beautiful. Back to center. Bend the legs. Yep. Bring them down if you need for a little rest. 1 more to the left. And lower down. Half a circle. 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Bend the legs, bring one leg down, other leg down, slide down completely. Bring your knees to your chest and give your lower back the massage it needs. Just rock from side to side. Release a little bit the lower back. All right, beautiful. We're gonna come back up again. This time onto all fours position, onto our hands and knees. Just check your alignment here before you start. You want to have your palms just under your shoulders, knees under the hips, zip the tummy, look to the edge of the mat, keep the neck long, align with the rest of the spine. Beautiful. From here, glute work. We're going to lift the left leg up, take little tiny pulses. Little pulses. Think about only lifting that hip up rather than bringing it down. So we really squeeze our left bum cheek or whatever leg you choose to start with. Good. Now make sure you're not opening the hip. We want to keep them square. Yeah, we don't want to rotate to the right. Little squeezes, working with the right bum, with the left bum cheek and the left thigh. Lower back stays still. Little pulses. 3, 2, 1. Stretch the leg and bend it. Yeah, the hip doesn't move. You just stretch and bend. Now let's be mindful of our upper back. Make sure you're not collapsing there. You want to press away from the ground. Stay strong with your upper back. One more. Leg stays long. Tap and lift. You tap and lift. Hello, Coco. Tap and lift. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're going to keep the leg up there. Bring the right leg behind you. We're going to go over into our side work. Yeah, so we're going to make this our front. Just notice here that you have both hips stacked, both shoulders stacked. From here, we're going to squeeze and lift. Still working that glute work. Yeah, but we have a side work now, so obliques are kicking in. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bend the knee and stretch. Exactly the same thing we did on all fours. The hip doesn't move, we just bend and stretch. 5, and 4, 3. Now guys, make sure you're not over leaning onto that right hand. Try to get light on that right hand. The weight is in center. Good. We're going to bring that knee down. We're just going to sit on our heels for a little rest here. Okay, just a micro rest. Don't get too comfortable. We're going straight onto all fours. Okay, just make sure you're stretching both sides. Excellent. All fours. So we're going to work the other side. Bring your right leg up. Flex the foot. And think about little squeezes. Keep your foot flexed like you want to make a mark on the ceiling. It's nice and small. Squeeze and lift. Beautiful. I'm already feeling my right glute kicking in. Up and up. 5 and 4, 3, 2. Keep the leg up there. Keep it high. Reach and then bend. Good. Check what happened with the shoulders again. Make sure you're not collapsing down. Feel that gap between your shoulder blades. And we're looking to the edge of the mat. You want to keep the neck nice and long. Good. Pull the belly button towards the spine. Make sure you engage those abdominals. On the next one, we're going to keep the leg really, really long. Tap and lift. Good. Squeeze that right bum cheek and lift. Lower back stays really, really still. You want to keep it in neutral by engaging the tummy. Give it nice support. Squeeze and lift. 4, 3. Work those glutes, guys. On the next one, legs stay up. We're going to rotate the left leg behind us. Open the right hand up to the ceiling. Good. You can either keep the hand on your waist just to feel the work with the oblique, or keep it up there for a bit more of a stability challenge. We're going to tap and lift. Again, make sure you're not over kneeling on that left hand. You want to keep the weight in center. So get light on the left hand. You can even come on your tip of the fingers. 4, 3, 2. Keep the leg up there. Yeah, leg is the same height over your hips. Bend and stretch. Good. Keep zipping the tummy. Get long to the side of the body. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stretch it long. Bring the knee down. Sit on your heels just for a moment there. You're taking a micro rest. Opening the side of the body. And the other side. Beautiful. We're going back onto our all fours position. We're going to stretch the right hand forward. Okay, find your stability. Find that center, and then reach the left leg back. With the exhale, curl in, opposite elbow to knee. Bring the neck with you, so the forehead wants to meet the knee. Then slow motion, reach everything long, really, really long. 5 more. Curl in. Reach it long. Work with the breath. Inhale to get longer. Exhale to curl in. Good. Bring the mid back all the way up to the ceiling. Curl your spine. Don't rush it, guys. One more. And lengthen everything out. Good. Reach the right hand to the right.
then bring it back to center. Same thing with the left leg. Left leg to the left, back to center. Now let's try it together. Beautiful. Everything slides away from the body, then back to center. 5 more. Find your stability, find that center, guys. Zip the tummy in. Last one. Beautiful. Bring the knee down, bring the hand down. Very short rest position. We're just taking one deep breath. And let it all go. Nice. Coming back onto all fours. We're going to change side. Reaching the left hand forward. Find your stability. Right leg back. Good. With the exhale, we round in. With the inhale, we find more length. Make the tip of the finger and the tip of your toes the longest part. The longest line ever. Then round in. 4 more. Yeah, we don't want to bend here with the lower back. We want to keep it in neutral. So keep working with the tummy. Give your lower back a support. Wrap everything to the midline of the body. Breathe loudly. Don't be shy. On the next one, we stay really, really long. Let's just try left hand to the side, back to center. Right leg to the side, back to center. Let's try it together. Slide it all away from body, then back to center. 3 more. Last one. Knees down, hand is down. Small rest position. Beautiful. Okay, we're coming here to lie on our side. I'm on my right forearm. Yeah, if you need a bit more support, or it doesn't feel comfortable on your shoulder, just bring yourself down on the elbow. Same thing. Yeah, we're going to do a bit more of side work. Lengthen the legs, and make sure you can see your toes so they're a little bit in front of you. And most important, both hips are stacked, so you have the front hip bones one on top of the other. Create a long line through here. Top leg is up, lower it down. Yeah, so we're just starting with single leg lift. And we're thinking about reaching that leg as long as we can, making the top leg longer than the bottom leg. 5 and 4. Last 2. Good. On 1, we keep the leg up there. We're going to bring bottom leg to top. Good. Top leg doesn't move. A lot of stability work. Check your shoulders. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze both legs together. Both legs coming up, up, and up. 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift the leg up there. Even more, keep it static. We're going to leave it there for 10 seconds. Try to reach it as high as you can. A lot of work through our side of the body, through our obliques. Zip the tummy in. Lift it a little bit higher. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Release it down. Release the shoulders. Just come all the way down. You might even want to place the head down on your hand. Good. Beautiful. We're going to bring the top leg up again. You might use this hand in front of you for a bit more support. A little bit of rotation. So toes up to the ceiling, then rotate back again. Toes and rotate. Beautiful. Keep the toes up to the ceiling. Make little circles with your heels. Tiny little circles. Keep the external rotation. Try to keep the stability through the hips. Good. Removing that femur, that hip bone in the socket. The rest of the body stays still. Let's reverse it. Making tiny circles like a 50-cent coin or even a dollar coin. Toes are still up to the ceiling. Get that squeeze from the glute, the smiley part of our bum. 3, 2, and 1. Give that leg a rest. Give it a tap. Lower it all the way down. Beautiful. Good. We're going to come all the way up. Change sides.
Yeah, so we're starting on our left forearm. My hips are stacked, my shoulders are stacked. I'm going to lengthen both legs, reach them really long, lift and lower. Beautiful. Think about length here, all the way from the waist to the tip of the finger. Make it really, really long. So I'm getting a lot of work just by engaging my legs, getting them to work, keeping them active. 4, little bit lower. We don't have to bring it all the way up, yet just to hip height. And on 1, we're going to keep the leg up there, bottom leg to top. So we're really not taking any breaks today, guys, and it's already challenging. We're adding a layer of tempo, a bit of rhythm to the class. We're doing a bit more repetitions than we used to in the rest of the challenge. And those exercises have variations, a bit more challenging from the intermediate classes. So hopefully you're hanging on, guys. If you need a rest at any time, just take it. Yeah, you can always stop, reverse, see what you need to go over, maybe skip some of the things that doesn't suit you today. That's fine. We're going to keep both legs up there, little squeezes up and up. Yeah, feel those side muscles of the tummy engaging. 5 and 4, 3, 2, staying there static. Get even higher, 10 seconds. This is it. Zip the tummy, chest is proud, beautiful. A little bit higher, 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Lower the legs down. Let's roll over onto the tummy. Bit of back extension work. Yeah, so we're going to bring the hands into a sphinx. Our elbows. Forgot one variation, guys. Remembered? Yeah, so before you go over onto the tummy, just come onto your side. We don't want to skip that. So bring the leg up there, leave it there, rotate, then back to center. So we get that rotation all the way from the inner thighs out. You can give your shoulder a rest, come down. Good. And then little circles. So we keep that heel, yeah, exactly where it is. Take little, tiny, smooth circles. 4, 3, think about that hip bone moving in the socket. This is it. Let's reverse it. Keep pressing the bottom leg down. It will give you more stability. 3 and 2 and 1. Lower the leg down. We are all done for this side. Give your leg a tap. Beautiful. From here, going back into our tummy, doing extension work. So we want to have our elbows aligned with the shoulder. Pull the belly button in, like you want to create some space between the tummy and the mat. Yeah, so zip it in, forehead is down. On the inhale, you're going to reach the crown of the head forward, roll the shoulders back, hover. Yeah, so we're parallel to the mat, neck is long, we're looking down to the mat. And then on the exhale, relax all the way down. 3 more. If you feel your lower back here, just open, spread the legs a little bit more, and definitely engage the tummy to support that lower back. On the next one, we're staying there. We're going to go deeper into those back extensors and those tiny muscles between our vertebrae and our discs. So they're going to work really hard. Feel that length all the way from the side, so the lats are working. Upper back muscles, reach the hands really long. Then take a wide swim all the way. Try to touch your hips. And then again, reach the hands forward. See, my head doesn't move. My neck is still long. I'm looking down to the edge of the mat. There's nothing to see there. Try to avoid that temptation to look at yourself in the screen, or if there's a mirror in front of you. Think about keeping the neck nice and long. 1 more. Find the edges of the movement. Move really, really wide. Then keep the hands long. Good. We're going to stay there static. If you want to add a bit more challenge, both legs come up, so hips are also above the mat. Reach the hands, reach the legs. We're staying here for 20 seconds, and it's more challenging than it looks. We need a lot of work through the upper back. If it's too much on your lower back, guys, definitely bring the legs down. Reach the hands, superwoman position. Don't hold your breath though, keep breathing. 10 more seconds. Get really, really long. We're almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Lower the legs, bend the elbows, release down. Beautiful. We're gonna go into our swimming variation. So when you're ready, with the inhale, lift all the way up into your basic back extension. Yeah, so you want to imagine a pencil between the nose and the mat. You want to keep looking down. Lift the legs if you want to add challenge. So my hips are above the mat. Stretch the hands forward. Right hand is down on the mat. Then I'm alternating left leg. Left hand is down. And change. And change. We can add a bit of challenge by adding the legs. Full swimming. Last layer of challenge is to keep the hands and the legs hovering above the mat and adding some tempo. 20 seconds. Keep breathing. This is the full swimming. It's quite challenging. 10 more seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the legs, lower the hands, release all the way down. When the body's thirsty for that rest position, tuck your toes and sit your bottom all the way back onto your heels. And release. At least 3 full breaths here, super important. We want to relax the upper back. Open the knees wide, give yourself room. One more deep breath. Excellent. Good. Let's come onto all fours. We're just going to release the spine a little bit more. We're going into our cat-cow. Curl the spine. Round it all the way up to the ceiling. Then come into an extension. And I just want you to move freely here. Don't overthink it. Move the spine. Just listen to your body, see what it's asking you. You might want to move the tail from side to side. Roll the shoulders. One more round. Beautiful. We're going to come to sit. Seated position. Good, and we're going to go into our reverse tabletop. Yeah, so we're going to open the chest a little bit. We're going to place one hand back, then the other hand back. And I want you to try and place your fingers, your palms, facing inward. Yeah, just to keep the shoulders open, and it will help us to keep the chest really open. If you don't like it on your wrist, just go ahead and keep the hands behind you. Yeah, the palms behind you. But let's try to start with our palms facing inward. All right, beautiful. Feet are hip distance apart. On the exhale, we're going to lift up. Try to create that long line between your knees and your hip. We want to have the head facing forward. Make sure it's not dropping back. Good. Staying here, static. If you want to add a bit more challenge, little pulses. Up and up. And the same thing like we did on all fours. We don't really want to bring the bum down. We're only thinking about lifting it up. Up and up. 10 more. Little squeezes. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower yourself down. Give yourself a cuddle. Yeah, just stretch the back a little bit. Hug your knees to chest. We're going to go to another variation like that. If that was challenging enough, stay with what we just did. If you want to add a layer of challenge, you're coming up with me. And instead of keeping the knees bent, we're going to lengthen the legs. Good. From here, you can stay static. Yeah, this is one option. To add a layer of challenge, we're going to go to single leg lift, lower down. Pull and down. Try to keep that stability through the pelvis. Minimize the rocking from side to side. We're working with control, not with speed. Yeah, don't rush it. 3 more to each side. I got a bit of shaking going on here again. It's quite challenging. Finishing on the left. Good. Bend one leg, the other. Sit down. Give yourself a cuddle.
All right, guys, we're gonna finish for a little bit more challenge. If you still have the energy for it, we're going into our all fours position. We're going to stretch one leg, stretch the other, find your front support, your plank position. Kick the heels back, crown of the head is reaching forward. Now with the exhale, you're going to send the tailbone up. You find your pyramid position and then shift the weight forward into your plank. Let's take it with a bit more rhythm. Up and down. Find your flow here. Beautiful. Still want you to find that perfect front support position. Yeah, so make sure you're not sinking down here. You want to find a flow. You want to move quite fast, but not on expense of your position here. Yeah, find your plank. Only then take the sitting bones up. 4 more. Enjoy that transition. Shift and roll the spine all the way to plank. We're going to stay here in a plank. Bring your right hand to the center. Roll over onto your right leg. And we're going to lift up, look up. Just staying here in our side support. We can take that hand up and over. Lift the hips a little bit more. And then bring that hand back down. 4 more. Option to stay static. Good. And bring that hand all the way down. Find your plank. Same thing on the other side. Left hand in center. Open the chest. You can stay in static or start taking the hand up and over. Lift the hips a little bit higher. 2 more. Bring the hand down. Bring one knee down, other knee down. Sit here onto your heels. And we are all done for this one, guys. Thank you so much. Reach the hands up. Stretch. So the hard work is behind us. Thank you so much for completing the 21 days challenge. We're just going to stretch a little bit here. Super important after a very strong class. We're going to take our side stretch. So sit onto your sitting bones. Find that cross-legged position. You can take the flesh back. Open the hands into a wide T position. Reach that hand as much as you can, keeping that opposite sitting bone down on the mat. And with the exhale, just enjoy that stretch. Create space between the rib cage. Other side. Hopefully you feel all the work in your body. I know you do. Pilates is amazing. Just shifted a lot of energy, hydrated our body, gave it some movement. Hopefully that will give you energy for the rest of the day, make you a little bit easier on your toes, a little bit lighter, maybe happier, feeling maybe a little bit taller. Let's keep our hand down, try to rotate the opposite hand, try to bring the ribs with you, open the chest, look up. And bring the hands up, other side. Rotating the hand, the chest, the ribs. You might be able to place the hand down, open the chest. Come back to center. Circle the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, just open the chest. Think about projecting your heart forward and up. We're gonna look forward, keep the hands behind you. Let's get a nice stretch from the neck. So we're going to look over to one side, then bring nose to shoulder, back up and center. Other side, nose to shoulder, gently, back to center. We're going to look up and down. Beautiful. Bring the left hand up, finishing with an easy rotation over the opposite knee. Keep the spine long, rotate and look over your right shoulder. One more breath. Then rotate back to center. Good. Right hand is up. Over the left shoulder. Get really long from the spine. Deep inhale. And on the exhale, rotate back to center. Bring your hands to heart center. I can't tell you how happy I am with all the feedback and all your comments. So happy that you took your time and effort to do this challenge. Hopefully it gave you a lot of knowledge, but also physical experience of what Pilates is all about. There's so much more to learn, and I'm really happy to take you on your Pilates journey. So feel free to contact me in any way. Facebook, email, Instagram, through the website, Pilates on the Move. Check me out. I'm Shira, and it was really a pleasure to get to know some of you from close. You did an amazing job, and just remember, this is always available as well. So if you feel like you want to repeat any of the classes, it's just on my YouTube channel. Hopefully you'll enjoy it for the long run as well. Have a beautiful day. Thank you so much, guys.